Few will dispute the need for student mastery of literacy, especially in this information age. But a comprehensive collection of research-based practices did not really exist until 2016. That is when the Early Literacy Task Force, a subcommittee of the General Education Leadership Network of the Michigan Association of Intermediate School Administrators, released the Early Literacy Essentials, covering birth to age 3, pre-kindergarten, kindergarten to grade 3, and grade 4 and 5. Many educators have found the essential instructional practices in early literacy beneficial as they work to improve their practices in teaching literacy. But don't take our word for it.
I don't even know, words can't express how much it's impacted myself and my kids in the classroom. I wish that the essentials were out sooner so I could have them when I started teaching, because that would have really helped me as an educator.
When I think back to my first meeting with my coach, the first thing that we talked about was really examining my schedule so that I could find pockets in my day where I could really add some more literacy practices to my day. Finding times for kids to be writing during science and social studies, even during math. You know, kids are writing story problems where that's not something that I would ever really always have them do.
So I mean, they have greatly impacted myself as a teacher, and I just want to keep digging in more to the essentials. I'm definitely not an expert, and every time I read it there's something new, but the impact you can have from the coaching or just from the networking really impacts myself as a teacher. What I've found with the interest-based is there are kids that when you only group by level, they will never work with each other because they're on different levels, and they may never see grade level text. So I did an interest inventory in the beginning of the year. I individually interviewed my kids and I got to know them, and then I mapped out and tried to find similarities, and fishing happened to be one of them. But what I found is when they have an interest in it, they were picking up words that I wasn't expecting them to know because they wanted to know more about fish.
And so one of the goals that's embedded within the practices talks about small group instruction, but building that culture that's centered around the literacy essentials is what's important. And so because we now understand those practices as a staff, the coaching part is embedded within that, and it kind of aligns with everything that we're trying to do here at Moon in terms of literacy.
One thing that I did was I used to really work a lot around the levels, like students would read at their level. And after listening to Nell Duke, I realized it's important to let kids choose books that they're excited about reading. If it's something that they're interested in reading, and they want to read, they have the motivation to do it. I've had parents tell me their kids love reading.
I think their motivation and engagement to become avid readers have grown tremendously.
Every student in my class has made growth toward their end of the year goal, and that's exciting to see.